Because here's the secret. Here's the real secret. People are drawn to people that are unapologetically themselves. Hey babes, it's great to see you again, and if you're new, welcome to the crew. You obviously clicked on this video because you are trying to figure out how to be confident. And I just want to applaud you because the first step in being confident is being conscious of what you can do better for yourself. So, period to you for clicking on this video. My name is Ty and I'm going to be sharing some advice on how to be a magnetic, confident person, the type of person that walks into the room and everybody turns their head and is like, whoa, who is that girl? Oh, who is that man? Like, they are so confident. They are so sure of themselves. I want to be their friends. If that's something that you're interested in, make sure to sit back and relax, grab a notebook and pen because you're going to need to be writing some of this stuff down. Matter of fact, write it all down. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you 4 constructive ways that you can increase your confidence. And I'm also going to be giving you continuous ways to hold yourself accountable even after you click off this video. We're going to be breaking this down into 4 different chapters: self-love, authenticity, letting go of negative vibrations, and the next steps in your confident journey. By the end, you'll have practical tools you can start using every day in your daily life to be more confident and more magnetic. So let's get right into it. First things first, let's talk about self-love. Self-love is the regard for your own well-being and happiness. It's not arrogance, it's not selfish. It's about having a deep respect for yourself and not letting other people's validations or opinions affect what you believe and feel about yourself. So I want to give you guys some ways to practice self-love because I think that it quite honestly is one of the most important parts of being truly confident. So my first tip is to practice positive affirmation. For me, I practice positive affirmations as much as I can. I literally wrote on my bathroom mirror in Excel markers, "Good morning, beautiful," just so I remind myself to give myself those affirmations every day. Here are some positive affirmations that you guys can use. The next tip that I want to talk about is taking care of yourself. And that does not just mean going to the gym. That means getting the right amount of sleep. Getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep is so important to your health and to your well-being. Eating nourishing foods. Recently, I've personally been getting more conscious of what I put into my body because if we're being quite honest, especially in America, there's so much bad things in the foods that we eat daily. There's so many chemicals, so many things that are unnecessary to the foods that we eat. And if you just take the extra time to turn the packet around and look at the ingredients and see all the ingredients that you cannot pronounce or that you're like, why is this in bread or why is this in a piece of cake when I know that cake only has 5-6 ingredients. When you take those conscious steps to be aware and then also stop yourself from buying those things that have a hazardous effect on your body, that's a form of self-love. That means that you do not want to put things in your body that will ultimately lead to unhealthy results. Because I used to love Chipotle, but I stopped eating it because it made my stomach hurt. And I feel like that's a thing for everybody. Like, everybody's just okay with the fact that Chipotle makes their stomach hurt, but no. We're not doing this anymore. We're practicing self-love. We're taking care of our body and we're realizing, hey, maybe if my body is literally telling me through stomach aches that something is not right for me, I should stop eating it. And in taking care of your body, that means also taking care of your mind, being kind to yourself, letting yourself take breaks, realizing that you're a human and that you make mistakes, but not beating yourself up about them, because if you're not kind to yourself, who will be? The answer is nobody, y'all. And the last one is creating boundaries. I'm talking about the hard-hitting boundaries, the boundaries that make you a little bit uncomfortable. So that means taking a look at the things that you don't like in life and creating those boundaries for the safety and well-being of yourself. Not for anybody else, not thinking about how it might affect other people, but thinking first and foremost about how it's affecting you, because that is the most important person in your life. You are the most important person in your life. When something does not serve you, it does not need to be in your life. it will just make you uncomfortable. It will make you not trust yourself. So if you're not sticking to the promises that you made to yourself, how can you say that you can stick to other people's promises? When you truly love yourself, you stop looking for other people for validation. You stop looking at other people and asking for their opinions about what you should do in your life. And that's truly something that's powerful. Think about the people that you admire. Think about what they're doing and what they're not doing. Are they constantly asking for other people's validations? Are they constantly being like, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Or are they just doing it? And you're like, wow, that's so amazing that they were able to do that. So practice self-love by creating boundaries and sticking to them. Next, let's talk about authenticity. Be authentic. Be authentic. Being authentic. Authenticity means showing up as your true self, even when it feels vulnerable. A lot of us struggle with this because we constantly fall into this people pleasing or hiding our real opinions because we don't want to offend somebody or we don't think that other people will agree with us. Constantly comparing ourselves to other people. And I don't even blame us at this point. I blame social media because the way that it's set up to make it so that we're constantly looking at other people, scrolling on other people's lives and being like, wow, I wish that I had this. I wish that I could do this. But in doing that, you find that you're not actually benefiting from it. You're not actually doing anything about it. You're just sitting there and talking about it, wishing about it, but you're not actually taking any action. So how do you practice authenticity? Get clear in your value. What matters to you? What are things that are standards for you? What are things that are non-negotiables? Think about these things and write them down. Like the first 5 things that come to mind. The next thing I want you to do is to practice honesty in small moments, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it feels like you would rather just let it rock, because those are the most important moments to staying true to yourself. People don't admire people that hold back their opinions and that don't say anything even though they want to. Another tip is make sure that you celebrate your quirks. Make sure you celebrate things that you love about yourself, things that make you special, make you different. When you celebrate your quirks, when you celebrate the things that make you different, those are the most authentic parts of you. Those are things that make you stand out from everybody else. So make sure that you're honing in on those things, that you're celebrating them, that you're giving them energy, giving them life. Because here's the secret. Here's the real secret. People are drawn to people that are unapologetically themselves. When you stop trying to fit yourself in this mold or this box and start owning who you are, that's when true confidence just exudes naturally. Now we have to address things that block confidence, because that's just as important. Negative vibrations like feeling jealousy, envy, fear, insecurities, all of these things are things that block you from being your most confident self, your most authentic self. So let's get into that. Jealousy comes from scarcity thinking. Instead of resenting what somebody else has, you need to start flipping those things into, okay, if this person can have it, then I can. If this person is able to get it, then there must be a path, and I will either follow that same path or create my own to get the same thing. Whenever you start feeling jealousy, I need you to start reciting this mantra. If they can have it, so can I. If they can have it, so can I. Nobody is stopping you from getting exactly what you want except for yourself. Nobody is stopping you. The only thing that's stopping you is your mindset. As soon as you shift away from these negative vibrations, you're able to realize that anything that you want in life, you can get it. You just have to actually get up and work for it.
I put my heart and my soul into this mixtape. I bared my life. I went through so much. I dedicated myself to
sitting there and scrolling on your phone and wallowing in self-pity because you don't have something that somebody else has is not going to help you. It's just going to make you resent yourself in the future and feel so much regret because you never got up off the couch to actually go do the things that you were so jealous of another person for having. You need to start asking yourself, are you actually jealous of that person, or are you upset with yourself for not doing the things that you said that you want to do in life? The next one is fear, and I have learned so much about fear, and I have come to respect it more because of this book that I'm reading, Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. And I honestly implore you guys to read that book because it's so helpful in understanding the actual psychology behind the mind and how you think of things. And one of the things that I learned about in that book was fear, and how fear is actually protection. When you fear something, it's because your body is protecting you from something that is unknown, something that you haven't experienced yet, something that you would consider a risk, and your brain is protecting you from that. Your brain is stopping you from doing something that you haven't done before because it doesn't know what the outcome is going to be. But you have to start shifting your mind to being like, okay, I hear my brain. I know that it's protecting me and that it wants the best for me, but I also know that I shouldn't fear something that, one, I know that other people have, right? Because going back to jealousy, if they have it, so can you. And two, I should not fear risks because risks come with the best rewards. So instead of letting fear overtake you, I want you to instead say thank you. Thank you, brain, for protecting me. And once you say thank you, I want you to then go do exactly what you feared. Because there's no other way around it. There's nothing else that you can do if you don't actually take those steps. All you're gonna do is stay in the same reality, stay in the same position that you were before, and nothing will change. How are you supposed to create change? How are you supposed to become the best version of you, the most confident version of you, if you're not willing to push yourself past things that are uncomfortable, especially when it's something that you know that you actually want to do in life? You have to work for it. It's not easy. And then that also goes back into jealousy because you realize that the things that you want in life and that other people have, they had to go through the same thing as you. They had to push themselves to do the hard things, to do the work, so that they are now at that position in life. And now you have to do the same thing. So get to it. The last one I want to talk about is envy. Envy is rooted in self-comparison. Use it as a mirror to figure out and understand what you desire in life. You need to stop comparing yourself to other people. The only person that you should be worried about is yourself, because you cannot control anybody else's life. You cannot take somebody else's life. You can only take charge of your own life. So some practical tools that I use in order to release myself from these negative feelings, these negative thoughts, is first and foremost journaling, and specifically shadow work. Shadow work has always been something that is near and dear to my heart because it allowed me to internalize the things that I needed to work on. I'm going to give you guys a couple of prompts that I have used in the past and I still use, and I kind of check back in with myself on what are my core values and am I living by them? What do I feel in my body when I'm scared and anxious? Do the people that I allow into my life represent my value? In what situations am I the most hard on myself? How would I describe myself? Is my description different from how other people would describe me? What makes me feel self-conscious? So these are just some shadow work prompts, but there's millions of them out there, and I really implore you to go and check them out because it's so important to understanding how you actually feel inside, the shadow version of you, what is really going on inside your mind. And lastly, practicing gratitude, being happy for what you have and being thankful for what you have is so important to letting go of these negative energy, letting go of envy, jealousy, fears, insecurities, and saying, I have these, but I also know that I'm loved. I also know that I'm beautiful. I also know that I am ambitious. I'm smart. I'm all of these things, and I'm capable of doing anything that I put my mind to. With all that said, what are your next steps? What are things that you can constantly do each day to hold yourself accountable and to actually grow? Because being confident is not something that snaps on, right? It's a journey. It's an ever-evolving journey. You're not just fully confident, there's still things that you need to work on. There's still things that I need to work on. So some of the things that I would suggest is, and they might be a little quirky, right? But doing power positions in the mirror, looking at yourself in the mirror in your most truest form and being like, wow, you are so beautiful. Wow, you are so great. Like hyping yourself. Be your own hype man. Be your own hype woman. You need to be that person for yourself because nobody else is going to be the bigger hype man than yourself. And in standing in the mirror and in doing those power poses, you also need to start talking to yourself. It's so powerful being able to talk to yourself confidently and to have those hard moments with yourself and just look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I know that we're going through a rough time right now. I know that we're a little angry right now, but you will get over this. You will rise above this because I believe in us. I believe in you. Like doing things like that is so important to your mind, to your mental health. You need to start hyping yourself up in the same way that you would hype up your best friend or your friends at the club. You need to start doing that in the mirror and be like, yeah, girl, get it today. You about to have a good day. Another thing that I love personally doing, because I will forever be a fashion girly, is dressing to impress yourself.
She could beat me, but she cannot beat my outfit.
It's not dressing to impress anybody else but you. Whatever you feel the most confident in wearing is exactly what you need to wear. It does not need to come from anybody else. You do not need to wear heels because everybody else is wearing heels. You do not need to wear this because everybody else is wearing that. We need to step away as a society. We need to step away from consumerism and actually start having a self-identity. Start doing things because we actually like to do them. We actually value them instead of it being a trend and something that might make you cool or fashionable in somebody else's eyes. It should only matter to you. I personally love the color gold. Like this is my favorite color after purple. But I love dressing myself up in gold because that's when I feel my most beautiful. That's when I'm like, wow, I really look dope. And don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Don't be afraid to learn more through books, going to therapy, journaling, doing some shopping, just growing in whatever way you see fit to help you towards being more confident. And remember that the key to confidence is consistency. It's like a muscle. You need to constantly practice it in small amounts daily so that you become more confident each day. Okay, so let's recap. Confidence starts with self-love. It grows with authenticity. It expands when you release negative energies, and it solidifies when you take daily steps towards being more confident. Remember that confidence is not something that you can chase. It comes naturally. It exudes naturally because you are sure of yourself authentically. Now, I want to hear from you guys in the comments. What's one step that you're going to take towards your confident journey? And if you guys like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I would love for you guys to be a part of the family and to see my daily vlogs and more videos like this. And I hope that this helped you in some way. I hope that you wrote some of this stuff down because we are all on our own confident journeys. It's not just one select path that we can take, but there are tips that we can all use towards it. See you guys in the next video.